Namaste yogis, welcome to another short practice. Today we're going to be working with the element of fire, or the solar plexus chakra if you prefer. Just building some heat with a few quick sun salutations. So this would be ideal for doing in the morning, or again before a run, or actually before any other yoga practice as well. So this is something I've taught before, and it's really good just to build up some heat in your core, activates all your essential core muscles here, so promotes back strength as well. So as always, post something in the comments if you like it or you've got any feedback, and we'll make a start quite quickly. I'm not offering an intention today because the theme is fire, so with everything, just pull in your abs, your core muscles, and that will be the focus today, your solar plexus chakra, or Agni, or fire, whatever you prefer. So we will make a start, coming to the top of the mat, finding yourself in Tadasana pose, mountain pose. All four corners of your feet rooted down in the mat, shoulders away from your ears, pulling up through the legs, through the hamstrings, the front of your thighs, tailbone tucks in, shoulders glide down away from the ears, palms shine forwards. The most stable and strong of all yoga poses here. Feel like a mountain as we find our breath. Feel free to take Ujjayi breath if that's within your practice. If not, deep inhales and exhales as we move through. So inhaling and exhaling as we find ourselves here for this quick practice, and I thank you for joining me. Inhale, arms up above the head, fingertips pointing to the ceiling. As we exhale, swan dive forwards, but just keeping your fingers in your peripheral vision so your spine doesn't arch. Exhale, fingers to the floor, forward fold. Exhale, your palms come to your shins or your thighs as we look forwards, nice straight back. The emphasis here on keeping the spine straight rather than the legs straight. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, Uttanasana, long spine, look forwards. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, straight back as we look away off the top of the mat, pushing down through our feet still. Exhale, release. If you're not there already, just walk to the top of the mat. I go through sun salutation A, but a slight variation here for this fire related practice. Inhale, arms up, fingertips towards the sky, shoulders away from the ears, core drawn in, thinking about your bandhas here, pulling up the pelvic floor, your belly button back towards your spine. Exhale, hands to prayer, forward fold, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, look up. As we exhale, palms to the floor, step back, feet to the back of the mat as we find ourselves in plank. Let's just hold this here for a round of breath, pushing down through the palms, pushing your heels back towards the back of the mat. Again, abs engaged, gaze forwards. Careful you're not sinking here, you need to be up. That's great, lovely. Just step back so you can see me properly. Okay, and then from here we'll inhale, put our knees to the floor, chest comes between the hands as we look up and find ourselves in cobra. Not staying here too long. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck the toes, pushing our knees, our thighs and our hips back in space, finding downward dog. Walk the feet forwards a little bit if you need to, keeping your abs engaged. Weight through your knuckles and your heels of your hands. Doesn't matter if your knees are bent or your legs are straight here. Finding the length in your spine, ears between the biceps. When you're ready, on an inhale, bring your right hand back to your left ankle as we twist here slightly and look under the left armpit. Right hand finds mat, left hand back to right foot as we look under. Inhale, left hand back to the mat to paddle the feet if you need to. And here, finding even more fire in our first pose as we inhale, lift our right leg to the sky. On an inhale, again, finding your right knee to right elbow, left wrist, right wrist. Just do that one more time. So really we're drawing a square with our knee as we inhale, right knee, right elbow join, right knee to left elbow to left wrist, right leg is all the way back up in space, three-legged dog. Remembering to engage that core, pulling in your belly button towards your spine. Exhale, right foot joins left foot on the mat, paddle here. If you need to pause and take child's pose, please do feel free, but keeping that beautiful length in your spine, keeping your shoulders between your biceps, your fingers spread wide, pushing down through the knuckles and trying to find an element of relaxation in this downward dog. Before we move on to the left side, so inhale, left leg up, and exhale. Inhale, left knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow, right wrist, left leg back up in space, three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow, left knee, right elbow, right wrist, left leg back up in space, three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot comes to the mat next to right foot. Pushing back through your hands, trying to create the shape of a mountain here rather than a hill. Your thighs pushing back in space, not mattering whether your knees are bent or not. When you're ready, taking tiny little tiptoe steps towards the top of the mat. Gently does it. If your spine's rounding, that's fine. Fingertips stay on the mat. So we exhale, release into a forward fold. Trying here to make sure that your bottom doesn't go too far back. It needs to really be above the heels, above the knees. Your toes catching your weight rather than your heels. Sighing down, gentle forward fold. Hands find elbows. We rock back and forth and ragdoll. When you're ready, releasing the ragdoll, fingertips to the floor, very slowly rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your shoulders and your head being the last thing to come up. Shoulders shrug away from the ears, palms shine forward, gaze in front of you. Your drishti is soft focus at a point kind of nose height, maybe a bit lower, but a gaze that's soft as we find our breath. You can of course repeat the sun salutation A that we've just done several times by pausing this and repeating or rewinding. If you'd rather, we can just move on to sun salutation B. So from here we're going to bring our hands up towards the sky, and at the same time our bottom's going to go back as if we're sitting on an imaginary chair, making sure we can still see our toes over our knees, back nice and long, very straight spine, arms up, ideally around by the ears. If you find your shoulders coming up, bend your elbows, take cactus pose here, just making sure you keep the length in your spine and the weight through all four corners of your feet. As we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms behind you, coming parallel to the mat, gaze forwards, neck nice and long. Inhale, hands and arms along by the ears. Exhale, arms out behind you, skier's pose. Inhale, arms out along by the ears between those biceps, back nice and long, core engaged, weight catching your heels. Inhale, arms along behind by your bum, thumbs pointing down towards the mat. One more inhale, really feeling that fire in your core, in your glutes and your thighs. Inhale, come back up to your original chair pose. As we let that go, palms find the mat, forward fold. Catching your breath here, feeling that heat. As we inhale, look forwards. Exhale, palms to the mat, step back, plank pose. Beautiful. Okay, from here, going to in and push back to downward dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky, right foot comes between the hands. Arms sweep up, high lunge pose. Pushing out to that back heel, finding length in the arms, tailbone tucks, points down towards the mat, abs engaged. Exhale, palm, hands to prayer at the front of the heart. As your right elbow turns towards the back of the mat, left elbow towards the front, finding a twist, making sure your hips still point forwards, spine long. As we inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, frame right foot back to left foot, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the left foot between the palms. It's fine to help that along if you need to, if your foot doesn't quite make it. Inhaling up, high lunge, pushing out through your back heel whilst your weight through all four corners of your front foot. Tailbone tucked, chest shines forwards, remembering to keep those abs engaged, your band is locked, belly button pushing back towards the spine like you've got a corset on. Exhaling, palms together, and find that twist. Left elbow points towards the back, short edge of the mat, right elbow forwards, twisting but keeping the length in the spine at the same time. If you feel comfortable, look over your back shoulder, and inhale, look forwards, arms up towards the sky, frame left foot, step back to plank, hold plank for 2 rounds of breath. Knees come to the mat. You may need to walk your palms back, probably a handprint's worth. Ensuring that your hips and your knees are in line, your shoulders and your hands are in line. We'll just calm it down a little bit now, pushing our tailbone back up towards the sky, heart through towards the biceps, gazing at the horizon. Cat pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, tailbone tucks between the knees, gaze also comes between the knees. Neck relaxed, head relaxed. Inhale, reverse that, pointing your bum towards the sky, gaze at the horizon, chest through, heart through, towards the biceps. Exhale, round, angry cat shape as you push down through your palms, rounding your spine like a rainbow shape. Inhale, reverse back to cat, hips point towards the sky, heart shines forwards. Untuck the toes, push down to your hands as you push your shins, your thighs, your hips back in space. Allowing the energy to settle in this downward dog before you slowly walk back towards the top of the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand straight, palms shine forwards, Tadasana, mountain pose. So again, remembering, weight through all four corners of your feet here, shoulders away from your ears, palms shining forwards. Let's take 3 rounds of breath now. Inhaling for 3, exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling for 3, 2, 3, exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling one more time, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Bend your knees now, just toe heel your feet out. Sink your bum towards the floor as we find ourselves in a squat pose. Just briefly, hands come behind us, legs out straight. Find Dandasana, staff pose. Toes pointing towards the ceiling, your fronts of your legs engaged, making sure that both your tailbones pointing to the floor and both your hip bones, shoulders away from your ears, hands down. Just straighten that spine as you feel your abs engage again. You should be able to keep this posture there without pushing down through the hands. Beautiful. Hands back towards the mat. Shimmy your tailbone forwards. We find ourselves in cross-legged. As we said at the beginning, you can carry on now and do something you need to do, or if not, if you've created enough fire in your body and you can feel the energy in this area, in your solar plexus chakra, shoulders away from your ears, you can invite your hands to turn upwards for receptivity, or down to close the energy, sealing in your practice. Taking a couple of rounds of breath here. So thank you for joining me on the mat today. Thank you for joining me in this practice. As you bring your palms together, Namaste. Thank you.